Want a business you love that pays you well? Want a lifestyle where you can do what you want, when you want? Then you are in the right spot. It's time to overcome online overwhelm with OnlineMasterPlanSeries.com. Here's your host and one of the OMS mentors, Laura Waage.
So Heather, given that you work from a home office, how is it that you keep yourself focused and on task every day?
You know, I sort of feel that I'm lucky in this area because I'm a bit obsessive about my business, and I probably work too much, which is my downfall. But however, I will say this: so yes, when you're in your own space, your own environment, in your home, or even in your own office by yourself, you can definitely get distracted. You know, there's the social media wormholes that we all go down. There's getting out of control with our inboxes and all that good stuff. So what I do is a few things. One, the first thing is I focus on really a 90-day plan. I sort of work with a 90-day plan, and I use that as my vision that drives me ahead each day on what I'm focusing on or what my intention is. But really where the results happen is the to-dos that I set up. So every day I have a couple of to-dos that I set up. I use just, those little sticky notes, those 3M sticky notes. That's what I have. And I just literally have them right in front of my computer, write down 2 to-dos for the day. And then I basically use that to, that's the structure of my day to get those items done. Now, recently, and I know, I could say I should have done this a long time ago, but, we all learn. Recently, those to-dos are all structured around income-generating activities. So I have to do those two to-dos every day about income in my business, and then I can move on to some of the other stuff, dealing with clients and whatnot. So that keeps me on task. But here's another thing that also keeps me on task is the chance to build systems. So if I notice that every day I am sitting there and I'm doing the same thing over and over again, then I think about why I am doing that, and then therefore what I must do instead to remove that from my plate and make a system out of it. I've talked before in other episodes about using Basecamp and some of the tools I use for project management, and really it just comes down to a couple things to build systems and keep yourself on task, and that is have a good project management tool or a tool where you can delegate, and then also have a good way of keeping track of your to-dos and what you've done in the past and then where you're headed in the future.
Yeah, such great advice. And, there's so much wisdom that comes out of evaluating our own to-dos. I'm the same way, and I have my daily to-dos. Much like you, mine are all about being revenue driven. But I see a lot of people that have these to-do lists that are pages and pages and pages long that they could never possibly get through in a day. They're always busy, but they're never productive. And they're working on things that, while in their minds might be necessary, they are activities that will never produce revenue. So I think it's such an important point that you bring up, that your to-dos are very focused on revenue generating activities that are going to drive your overall business.
It was such a big insight when I actually started to look at it that way, because especially working online, we are bombarded with overwhelm all the time. As you know, we stand for overcoming online overwhelm, and we're naturally exposed to it every day by the very way of being, having social media. We're constantly thinking, I need to be on social media all the time. And then you have your inbox, and then you're seeing other marketers' emails and other businesses' emails, and you're getting ideas from those, and you're thinking, I should be doing this in my business. And then you start thinking about websites. And before you even deal with revenue or trying to bring in clients, you're already so spun out on what you should be doing that the overwhelm kicks in. And I know that you start to get caught up in those busy work, that task that doesn't actually do anything for your business in the long run. So holding yourself accountable in a way where you have revenue generating to-dos, and you're focusing on those first every day is going to be a good tip for you guys.
That's it for this episode. Don't let your next promising idea stop dead in its tracks because your overwhelm gets in the way. You need our free tips. Head on over to overcomeonlineoverwhelm.com now.